Okay, this is the next question that is in both HL and SL. This is question 3 for HL, 4 for SL. So it's binomial expansion. I don't think it's that difficult binomial expansion because we just have an x on its own. It's a plus k to the power 7. Nothing too tricky going on here. He says the coefficient of the term in x to the 5 is 63. Find the possible values of k. Right. So I like to do these like this. I'm going to say 7. Hang on, let me change to blue. I'm going to do 7, choose something. So 7, choose something. I'm going to put a little box for my something, times x to the power of something times k to the power of something. And I need to figure out what goes into these boxes. Well, he wants x to the power of 5, so I'm just going to put in a 5 here. 5, like that. Well, let's write it here and put an arrow. 5 goes in there. And here, if that's 5, this has to be 2, because these two have to add up to 7. Okay, so if that's 5 and that's 2, then this has to be, well, it can either be 5 or 2, but let's go with 2. So I have 7 choose 2, x to the power 5, k squared. Okay, now maybe the reason this is like question 4 is you have to figure out 7 choose 2. So let's do that over here at the side. 7 choose 2 is equal to 7 factorial over 2 factorial times 7 minus 2 factorial, which is 5 factorial. Now this is in the formula booklet. It's n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial. What I've done here, 7 factorial, divided by 2 factorial, and then you subtract these and do that factorial. Factorial means 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, all the way down to, well, down to 1. So 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Normally, well, often this is a paper 2 question and you have your calculator. You don't have your calculator here, so you have to do it the long way. This is 2 times 1, so 2 factorial is just 2 times 1. And 5 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That's what a factorial is. You just multiply all the way down to 1. Now what happens is this, the 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 cancels, because it cancels here and it cancels here. So I'm left with 7 times 6 is 42 over 2, which is 21. So this is equal to 21. This is x to the power of 5 times k squared, which is equal to 21k squared x to the power of 5. He says the coefficient of the term in x to the power of 5, that's this. The coefficient is 21x or 21k squared. That's the number before x to the 5. So the coefficient is equal to 63. So I'm going to write therefore 21k squared, the coefficient of this, is equal to 63. And then k squared is equal to 63 divided by 21, which is just 3. And k is equal to the square root of 3, which is, it can be plus or minus the square root of 3. That's why he says possible values. There's a little s there, so be careful. So that is your 5 marks if you get plus and minus 3. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next question.